Here, you may now pass through. And where are you?
I'm standing on the seashore,
Beautiful.
looking out of the water.
How does the water look to you?
It's turquoise and very, very clear.
And is it smooth or is it choppy or are there waves rolling?
Yeah, small, soft waves rolling into the shore.
Oh, very nice. Is there anything on the water? Anything, animals, birds, or boats, or anything? Any vessels?
I can see some birds on the water in the distance.
Oh, very nice. What type of birds does it look like it is? Just curious.
They look like swans, but they are blue.
Oh, beautiful. And I want you to look down at what you're standing on. What are you standing on?
I'm standing in the sand on the
What
beach.
what are your what's your form like? Look yourself over, starting down at the bottom.
I have no shoes. I'm barefooted and the water is rolling over my feet. It's very warm, very nice.
And your hands.
They look like ordinary hands.
Very nice. What color is your skin?
It's like I have a tan, so it's brownish.
Very nice. And go ahead, of course, run your hands over your face and your hair.
I have long hair and my face is a little bit longer than normal. It feels like almond shape almost.
And I want you to lean forward and look into the water and look at your reflection. You'll see a very clear reflection of yourself in the water.
Yeah. I'm sure I'm an extraterrestrial.
Describe your facial features and your ears and everything you can, please.
I have no facial hair, very very small nose, narrow lips, and almost no ears, very small ears, and I can't see that I have any eyebrows, but I have long blonde hair.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And what type of garb do you have on? Garments.
It's some kind of robe. It's hard to describe, but it's wrapped around me and it feels very soft and light.
Excellent. And what about any ornaments? Do you have on any rings or necklaces or anything as such?
I have something around my wrist, on my right foot. There is, it's almost like it's made out of glass.
On your wrist and on your ankle?
No, around my ankle.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. I'm touching it. It's very firm. I think it's some kind of device I can use for communicate. I can communicate with anything.
It's not a detection device?
No, it's more like some kind of translator if I wanted to talk to the animal or any living being or something like that.
Ah, very good. And just go ahead and look into the air, the upper atmosphere, and what does the sky look like?
I can see a lot of stars, which is strange because it's daylight,
Okay.
but I can see a lot of stars. Very dark blue sky and no clouds at all. And behind me is a field, a grass field with some small bushes growing on there.
So literally, and you say you're standing at a seashore. It's not a large lake, but a seashore. So there's that. You think that's an ocean out there ahead of you, or a gulf or something?
Yes, I'm almost sure it's an ocean because it's vast. I can't see the end of it.
Oh, very good. And then you turned around and you said, "There's how far away from the sand? How big is the beach in terms of before the grass begins?" Just curious.
Just a couple of feet between the grass and the sand is the sand stretching about a yard before the water comes.
That's really interesting. And I want you to just go ahead and walk out of the water, and maybe you'll be able to see your feet and just describe those. And tell me what the difference is between the sand and then is the grass in the sand, or does the texture of the ground change?
Oh, I have to take a step up on the grass because there is a little bit of wall of turf.
Okay, like a ridge, a little ridge.
Yeah,
Okay.
feet high, something like that. And my feet are very slender and narrow, and it seems like I have hide between my skin between my toes.
Ah, what about between your fingers?
Yeah. When I stretch them apart, I can see that there are skin there.
Ah, very nice. And so as you look out, well, can you see any structure, or is it all, as you look out into this field, anything whatsoever? I have a feeling we should go back in the water, but we will do that in a moment.
Just brushes, bushes, and not so high bushes. They are maybe 3 feet high. And in the distance I can see a little more forest. And
Any mountains or hills or?
yeah, it's all the ground is almost like waves in the sea, very smooth hills.
Oh, very good. Well, let's do something fun, like always. I'd like you to just float straight up into the air and get a really good look at the surrounding area. We're going to come back down afterwards and go into the water. But I want you to float high into the air and just get a really good look of everything around you, if you will, please, and just describe whatever you see as you slowly turn 360 degrees.
It looks like it's wilderness. I can't see anything, but I can see mountains in the distance now. And there's a big plain here. I can see some animals moving around, almost like antelopes or something like that. But they look
But you
very
can,
small.
you can see them from a distance, though, huh?
Yeah.
Do you, do you think they look normal?
No, they look a bit small, and they are in a herd, or there are 3 separate herds of them.
Ah, beautiful. Beautiful. So how does it, just first of all, how does it feel to float into the air?
It feels natural, as I supposed to be able to do that.
Ah, very good. And then I want you to go ahead and just come back down, back into the water this time, back into the water.
Yes.
And I want you to go ahead and walk out into the water until you feel like you can go ahead and dive in. And before you dive in, I want you to just feel around your neck. Is there any gills or anything like that breathing?
No.
Okay. So tell me when you can dive in when the water's deep enough to go ahead and dive in.
I'm into my waist, but they're coming 2 dolphins,
Ah, very good.
but they are quite big, and they're coming forward towards me. They want me to follow them.
Ah, very good. So very good. Then I want you to look at your ankle. If you can hold your foot up and see, is it glowing or anything? The bracelet.
Yes, it is. It's bright light coming from it because it helped me to understand the dolphins.
Okay.
Because they talk in a very high kind of frequency. So it helped me to slow it down so I can understand that.
Are you wondering how I knew that it was glowing?
Yeah.
I'm there with you. So I want you to go ahead and go into the water and follow the dolphins and see how natural it feels to be in that water and how you move through it. And then be conscious of how you're breathing, please.
I'm just breathing. It's easy. I can feel the water filling up my lungs, but I'm not panicking or anything. It's just natural. It feels like I breathe with my lungs.
And there doesn't seem to be any type of gills or anything like that anywhere on your body that you're aware of as the water is pushing through or anything.
Yeah, it's coming behind my ears, a little holes. They're coming out a little water.
Okay, very good.
When I open my mouth, the stream of water through there.
Ah, excellent, excellent. And how fast are you able to keep up with these large dolphins?
Yeah, I'm hugging one of the dolphin and we're playing a little bit. It's
Oh,
swirling around in the water like 2 maniacs.
excellent.
They are my family. It's my brother. They say, he says, I'm your brother. Brother.
Very good. Brother from another mother.
Yeah. From another time, from another place.
Oh, very good. Where are you? What is the name of this place?
Arcturia. Arcturia.
Arcturia.
Arcturia. It's a planet that consists of a lot of sea, but there is some lands and islands also. But there is things going on the bottom of the sea also.
So you're on Arcturia.
Arcturia, yeah.
Is this a third dimensional vibration? Is a third dimensional planet?
Hell no, he says it's 7.
Ah,
You know it's 7.
very good.
And we're swimming down to the seafloor, and I can swim really fast. I use my feet as flippers.
Oh, very good.
It's almost like a city down here. It's a big place. It's buildings. It's under a dome of some. It seems like it's glass, but it's just a shield. You can pass right through it.
Oh, like an energetic shield.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Star Wars before? Any
No.
of the movies? Just curious.
No.
Okay, that's okay. They okay. And so you pass through the dome, and as you pass through the dome, is there water beyond the dome?
No, it's air and
And what form did the dolphins take, or did they just take you to there and
they they stop outside.
Ah, very good. And
The,
now that you're through the dome, how
yeah.
did you literally land on the sea surface and then walk through, or
Yeah.
did you go? Okay,
I,
very
I
good.
just walked through. It's felt like I walked into a shower or something like that.
And did you get a message from the dolphins at all as you passed through, or?
Yeah, they said they're waiting for you. You're expected here.
Oh, very good. Excellent. Very good. And now, where are you led to go now? Can you just describe this place, please, if you will?
Yeah, it's almost like a little square uh, here, and there are different entities that are gathering here. I don't really know what they're up to, but
And as you look at the other entities that are gathering there, they don't all look like you, do they?
no, they are different.
Um,
Some of them are exactly like me, but some of them are very different.
do you mind sharing the different varieties of?
No, not at all. There are some that are very tall, very slender, and almost transparent. They are seems to move effortless, like they are floating. I don't even see that they are moving their legs. They just and they have a garment from top to toe, and it's like a wide skirt. So I can't actually see how they move, but they seem like they're floating in the air. And there is some here that are they are not fat, but they are a little more
Robust.
yeah, you can say robust, and that seems like they're very strong.
What does the bigger one's skin look like? I sort of see it in my mind's eye.
It's almost like they are very dark skin, and they are almost like gorillas in the shape of the body. And
What type of garment do they have on?
they have some kind of uniform. I think it's like a jacket and trousers, and it seems like it's made out of some kind of hide or animal skin.
I wonder how they all got there to that place. Do you see others coming through the dome as well?
There's activity all over, and there are some coming in with some kind of small transport ships. They can move underwater, and they coming through this membrane almost.
Understood.
And it seems like they are preparing for some kind of mission.
So there's a huge gathering, and if you would, could you describe just a few more, if you will, of the ones that are really interesting looking, which I'm sure is probably all of them.
Yeah, they are. Never one seems to be in a hurry, but everyone recognizes me and greets me and smile at me.
And as you're moving, do you see any of the blue ones with the three fingers and opposing thumb?
Yeah,
Any of
yeah,
those?
they are heroes. They are here, many of them. They are going out on missions in.
So, is everyone gathering? I'm not going to say. I just want you to tell me, but I'll just. Are they gathering at a particular place to have a meeting first,
Yeah,
or okay, that's what's going in my mind. They're getting. Let's see where is everyone headed to? Where are they headed to? Are they to have this meeting? I guess.
so some of them are going to a planet they call Terra. Terra.
Terrible. And would that be a higher dimensional Earth, a higher frequency Earth?
Yes, it is.
And what's the mission for the particular? I have so many questions. I'm so sorry.
Their mission is different, but they are there to protect the interest of the galactic community.
Oh, very good. The interest of the galactic community. So they're going to Terra. Are they going to Terra in the past or what we would consider our future, our linear future?
They are coming into the past, but are going to interfere or not interfere. Interact in present time.
Are some of them incarnating into physicality in bodies, or they're
Yes, some of them are going to do that. Have decided to do that.
okay, in real time? Okay.
Yeah.
And so have you made it to the place where everyone's meeting, or is everyone like individually being assigned, or this information is just knowing?
No, he's gathering around some kind of, almost some kind of,
Dais?
it's almost like a statue, but it looks like an old galaxy. It seems like it's projecting some different places
like a holograph in the
Yeah,
middle.
a total holograph, yes. Oh, it's changing all the time now.
And so as this holograph is what communicating to individuals, are there people coming, getting their mission, and then leaving, or
Yeah,
everyone's just there?
yeah, they're getting different missions, and it's coming from Galactic community. I don't really understand what they're saying, but it's from a collective purpose. They are here collectively, and they are going out on missions now because they say they need to get involved in different area because the transition in the galaxy is going really fast, and
I'd
some
like
of
you to take a long, slow, deep breath. Inhale deeply, deeper, 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 and feel the relaxation moving through your body. And as it moves through your body, you're becoming more connected, more connected. Your bracelet, if you look at it, it's really glowing now. It's raising your vibration to totally connect to the information. And continue, please.
one of them stopped in front of me and asked if I have any questions.
Oh, very good. And what is the one that stopped in front of you? How do you
It's
describe?
one of the blue. It's very blue in the skin and tall.
Oh, very good. And well,
It's surrounded by an aura in different colors. It's beautiful.
and ask the entity, does it know that you're bilocating from 3D Earth right now?
Yes, we were expecting you and have prepared you for this all this day. All this. We have prepared you for this a couple of days, he says.
Oh, very good. Excellent. And we are very honored and appreciative of their knowing in advance or in the now that we had a desire to come. If they could please just sort of explain this scenario in their own words and via through you to.
They say this man, he is a man, male. He's saying to me that it's a little bit hectic because a lot of things is happening in different places in your galaxy. So we're preparing to be there helping with the transition and the changes that are going to take place. And I asked what changes. There are going to be changes in perspective and the way you see and perceive your reality. There are going to be quite a leap for many of you that we call light workers that have been involved in this for a long time. And many now is taking, many of you manifesting now are going to manifest in a different frequency, and you're going to perceive the reality in a different way that many of the inhabitants on your planet has had before. And we are preparing them for that transition so it goes smoothly and in a way try to protect them to be overwhelmed and being used in the wrong way.
Will the others be threatened by this by this shift in the light worker community?
The new manifestation of your planet is coming in a little more vulnerable and coming in with a lot more knowledge than earlier generation, and they are also very open and can be objective of negative energies. They are a little bit vulnerable because they are so open. So we are here to try to help them through that transition.
And you're talking about the majority of the light worker community that will shift first.
Yeah.
And so, and in terms of being vulnerable, will we be vulnerable to negative energy, negative entity, or negative humanity?
You are monitored now, and when you're shifting, there is obvious for many that something is happening that haven't been aware of that before. And the negative energy that still lingers on your planet is very much aware of that something is happening. And they can take advantage of that by putting fear into ordinary people's hearts, so you will have a hard time convincing that you are not harmful.
Sort of like the X-Men in our movies, in our motion pictures. The X-Men, they sort of mutate with these amazing abilities, and then they're left with the...
Many other entities are going to turn the back on you, so you can you have a little tough time in front of you now. But we will help you through that. And you are protected all the time. But you need to be aware how you present yourself and where you present yourself.
And that's in terms of the abilities that we ascertain after this tremendous shift takes place.
Yes, exactly. Because the ability for you to communicate changing drastically, the ability for you to reconnect to the community Galactica is changing rapidly now. And it has to be in that way because you have many missions to fulfill to help your planet and the people on the planet.
What percentage of the light worker community is on the planet now that will shift with these abilities? Is that possible to know?
He showed me a number of 500. It's starting with 500. And then it's going to accelerate from that. But we're talking about a couple of years in the future for the rest, because the energy shifting is not allowed to be too intense, so you can't do that all in the same time.
Understood. So you say 500 as in 500,000, 500 million, or just 500, period?
500 is the number he shows me. That seems not so many, but yeah. The 500 that are close already now, are going to wake the other light workers in exponentially higher rate. So